Hello, hello. Recently, BadmanLarry made an apology video to the Foxhole devs and the community. During this video, we are going to be talking about that apology video. We will watch it and see exactly what got BadmanLarry banned. At the end, I will let you know my thoughts on the situation as well. But first, let's give a little history to BadmanLarry for any new players out there.
Not quite, but burn him up! Burn him up! Oh, burn him, boys! Shred them, burn them! Oh my God! Get out, flame tanks, get out! Save our flame tank!
BadmanLarry was mainly a colonial player who has thousands of hours in Foxhole. Before his ban, you could probably say that he was one of the biggest Foxhole streamers on Twitch. He would play 8 to 16 hours a day, so a lot of people knew about him. He has a lot of energy and is very passionate about Foxhole, but sometimes that energy could get misplaced.
Listen, Sock, you're full of shit. I know exactly what you're up to, bro. And because you're defending yourself as a brand new Foxhole player, I already know you're not a brand new Foxhole player. Because brand new Foxhole players, Sock, they don't have shovels out in the middle of nowhere digging trenches for the enemy. I mean, that's fine. I think you're a alt account.
Let's watch his apology video and see what he has to say.
Dear Foxhole community, Siege Camp developers, moderators, and everyone affected. I want to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude for the incredible experiences I've had within the Foxhole community. Your dedication to the game has not only brought me joy, but also allowed me to pursue a full-time streaming career and find genuine friendships. Foxhole in many ways has shaped my identity and provided me with countless memorable moments. However, I must address a serious matter that occurred on March 7th, 2023, during the Siege Camp Foxhole dev stream number 108 up to 52 preview. On that day, I acted inappropriately by violating the Foxhole Code of Conduct through my actions and words directed at the development team. In that moment, I found myself in disagreement with certain decisions and felt that some important issues were being overlooked. Regrettably, I also acknowledge that I've walked a fine line regarding other aspects of the Code of Conduct. My passion for Foxhole clouded my judgment, leading to my behavior that I deeply regret.
Alright, this is definitely the type of speech I would have made if I was the class president and I got expelled from school for having drugs on me. Yes, he is reading from something that he wrote and it comes off as very generic, but this was probably the best way for him to get through the entire speech. You can kind of see him choking up a little bit while he's trying to read this. I don't think anyone should really fault him for having written this out.
These past 6 months have been amongst the most challenging of my life. Foxhole has been the cornerstone of my career, and I chose to make streaming it a central part of my life. Every day I woke up with enthusiasm, eager to log on, and I didn't want to sign off and go to sleep. I had discovered my calling and was doing something that I genuinely loved. However, I lost it all due to my actions. I've reached out privately to the relevant parties and asked for forgiveness, but I believe that a public apology is necessary to convey the depth of my remorse for publicly embarrassing myself and my community. Being humbled is an unfamiliar feeling for me, but for the past 184 days, I've been hoping for a second chance. I respectfully request that the developers and moderation team at Siege Camp understand my genuine remorse and consider reinstating my account. These past 6 months have felt like an eternity. I miss Foxhole deeply, I miss my friends, and I long for the joy that the game brings. I want to thank you for taking time to listen and read this message. I hope that you can find it in your hearts. Consider my plea for a second chance. I wrote this message out, guys, because it's hard for me to get through it, and this is important to me.
I think he was just too cocky, honestly. Too many hours in the game made him a bit jaded. If you watched his streams back then, you could see that he kind of felt invincible, like he would never really get permabanned. But as we see, it eventually happened. He's able to come back to the game with a humble attitude and get rid of those toxic behaviors. He could be a great representative for the Foxhole community. I would honestly be pretty sad if the game that I was the most passionate about permabanned me as well. I would have probably moved on, but I would still feel some like guilt and embarrassment from having lost something that I love to do. I know some of you might be thinking that it's just a video game, but not everyone can be on that same mental wavelength as you. I don't want to get into it during this video because it's a very deep topic on mental health.
I just want to show you guys what I said and what was done on that day. And I just want you guys to understand it's not my place to go in their space and make comments about their game that they work hard on. So in closing, this is what I had said, and I'm really sorry. And I hope to see you guys on the battlefield again.
Larry at the end of the video goes on to show this transcript from a Twitch chat of the dev stream. This is one of the reasons that he's throwing out that he was permabanned, even though in the video he does mention that there are other reasons, but he doesn't talk about them. And I think we can all agree as well that this probably wasn't the only thing that got him a permaban. Overall, for his apology video, I don't think he needed this at the very end here, but maybe he just wanted to give an example of why he thought he was permabanned, or at least just show one example during this video. With these types of apology videos, you need to try your best to come from a neutral point of view. Think about what Larry did, think about what the Foxhole devs did, and come up with your own conclusion and your own response to that. Remember that we only have Larry's word about this, and we don't have anything from the dev side. I do have some suggestions for Larry if he does get to return to Foxhole. He needs to lower his toxic levels quite a bit when working with new players or inexperienced players. If you watch any of the vet streamers, you will see them get upset with new players, and you won't really see them blow it out of proportion and call the new players out. Larry just kind of needs to work on keeping it to himself or find a way to make that a teaching moment for that new player or that inexperienced player. We all play video games, we all get it, noobs can be frustrating, right? But there's a certain way to handle noobs, and being toxic is not one of them. Another thing that he needs to do is he needs to stop witch hunting stream snipers and alts. If he thinks someone is stream sniping him or alting against him, then he just needs to keep that name to himself and report it to the devs. These would be really my only two suggestions. Hopefully over these last few months, he's had some time to grow and mature. I can see why people in the community would not want him back. He has been banned quite a few times for other things that were only temporary bans, so what is it teaching other players, right? Overall, I like Larry's energy that he brings to the game about 20% of the time. That 20% is very passionate and amazing to be around. He just needs to fix that other 80%, and I think that he can do that. I might be biased because from a content creation point of view, I always want more things and more drama. Bring him back for this next Relic War and we'll see the most populated and drama-filled war we've had in some time. I honestly think online communities need a little bit of drama from time to time, and I think if Larry can come back and bring that in a good dose without overdoing it, it can actually help the Foxhole community. What are your thoughts on that? Am I just crazy? Should there be some drama or no drama? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you think BadmanLarry should get a second chance or if he should stay permabanned. As always, thank you all for your support. Make sure to subscribe for more Foxhole content. Could this be BadmanLarry's redemption arc? Cheers.